The annual summertime combined exercise between South Korea and the U.S. to bolster readiness against the North's escalating threat will take place until Friday. And this year, service members from other United Nations member states are also taking part for stronger interoperability on the Korean Peninsula. Our Bae Eun-ji has more.
9 other United Nations member states other than the U.S. have sent additional military personnel to support this year's Ulchi Freedom Shield exercise, which focuses on preparing for a rapid transition to wartime operations in case of an attack from North Korea. That includes Australia, Canada, Britain, New Zealand, and Italy. At Camp Humphreys, a U.S. military base in South Korea on Wednesday, service members who took part explained what they were able to learn throughout the training. Canadian Army Major Simon Johnson, who works as the operations officer of the United Nations Command, explains that Canada has sent over 20 participants to South Korea for the exercise.
It enables us to really understand how one another operate, if things were to escalate within the peninsula, we already have a team of people who have a common understanding of what needs to be done, what the ground looks like, how the headquarters operates. So I think.
Lieutenant Commander Kang Young-uk from the Canadian Navy, who has been working in the United Nations Command since last summer, shared a story of his grandfather who was killed in action during the Korean War. His grandfather's last words written on a picture of him read, "I will complete my mission and protect the country with my life."
My father was only 1 year old at the time, so I wasn't able to hear a lot of personal stories. But my grandfather must have been very young at the time he fought in the war. And I always remember that while I served in the military. It means a lot to me.
Corporal Sian Owen from the British Air Force, whose role is to be a direct link between the United Nations Command and the Surgeon's Office, says while taking part in the drill, they were able to get a good insight into how other countries work within their militaries.
We are one of the member states, so we all need to get involved and ensure that we're all working collectively so that if real-life scenarios came into place, then we would all know what we're doing.
Natasha Bogan from the New Zealand Air Force, who is a legal advisor at the United Nations Command, said it was interesting to see how they can strengthen the interoperability to support the Korean Peninsula.
It's been a really interesting experience. A variety of different nations supporting the exercise, learning about their backgrounds, learning about their legal considerations. It's been really fascinating.
The 11-day annual combined exercise that kicked off last week will run until Friday. Bae Eun-ji, Arirang News.